July 1st, 2026. Here is how, at the end of the day, here's how you can go back and find the alignment channels that occurred. And to do that, look at a 2-hour momentum. So pull up your 2-hour MACD. This is NASDAQ for July 1st. So notice how we're in the red as market opens. So we're going to be in the red all day, right? So as the day unfolds, we're continuing to draw this red box. That's what this red box represents. Red means short, green means long. Okay? So now what we're going to do is, as time unfolds, we're waiting for the 15-minute momentum to flip over to that side. We're not interested in longs, green. That's not what we're interested in. We're interested in when does the 15-minute realign to the downside? When does that happen? And you find that area and then you mark that with another red rectangle. So notice how the momentum, we open the market literally in the red already. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a crossover, a true shift in momentum that happens right here at 12 noon. So you draw another red rectangle. Okay. Now you want to go to the 5. And you want to look at the 5 momentum throughout the day. And you want to see within that alignment that we just drew, that rectangle within a rectangle, within that time frame now, that window of time rather, you want to look for another crossover in the momentum. Do you see where that happens? It happens here, and it happens here, right here, 12:45. So at 12:45, we're going to draw another red rectangle right here where it flips back over into the short position, which is right here. We're going to draw another red rectangle, and it breaks that trend right here when it turns to green again. We're going to make that red. So now we've got a red rectangle within a red rectangle within a red rectangle. And then also, this happens one last time at the end of the day, right here at this crossover, 10 minutes before the market, right there. So we're going to mark that one as well, right there. We're going to color all of these red, because red equals short, taking short positions. Why? Because the 2-hour was in. If the 2-hour momentum flips to green, well then we're not looking for shorts anymore. We're going to be looking for longs. So it's all based on a fractal of momentum. I'm going to organize these here. Almost done. Okay. So within the rectangle, within the rectangle, within the rectangle, that's our first entry. That's our first alignment channel for the day, which happened right here. Now you'll notice how this is where it begins. That rectangle within a rectangle within a rectangle. Why? Because this is where the 5-minute flips to the red again. See that? So do you see why I call it an alignment channel? Do you see that? We're not trying to find the holy grail in trading. We're just trying to look at how these things stack up. This channel within this rectangle, within this rectangle, within this rectangle is the 2-hour aligning with the 15-minute, aligning with the 5-minute. So now within this, if you go on a 1-minute chart or a 2-minute chart, every time it realigns again, flips over again, those are where your probability distributions are heavily stacked in your favor for trading. And this happens with all stocks. It doesn't just happen with NQ futures or whatever. It happens with all markets obey momentum alignment channels, which is a fractal in momentum happening on evenly or well-spaced time frames. You don't want to use a 1-minute, a 2-minute, and a 3-minute chart. That's just the same thing being shown to you. But if you use a 1-minute, a 10-minute, and a 1-hour, and a daily, if you have all 4 of those time frames telling you the same thing at the same time, that's going to mean something because of harmonic resonance. The next time this happens today is right here. That was the next one. Why? Why is this the next rectangle within a rectangle within a rectangle within a rectangle? Because that's the next time that the 5-minute crossed over to the short side while everything else was going the same direction. So do you see how the price action sort of responds accordingly over the next 1 to 20 minutes? 2 to 40 minutes. Sometimes it lasts a lot longer. Sometimes it starts whole new campaigns and whole shifts. So with all that being said, that's how you find at the end of the day, when you go back over the price action of the day and you can see what happened, start with your 2-hour momentum, and then wait for the 15-minute to align with that, and then wait for the 5-minute to align with that. And then when those three are aligned, you're going to have a good opportunity to find some sort of channel in your favor. So with all that being said, I do hope you have a good one.